just a ghost hunter.
The smell's gone over here.
Somebody, when I was walking this way, I was looking out the window and something crossed right behind you or between us.
I feel different than anywhere else, but it always feels like something's going to fall on you and hurt you. It's just, I know I'm not the only one. No one will ever go sit in the studio. He has to come out at his office. People have to come out and talk to him in here.
Okay, do it for me again. If your name is Robert, do it twice. So we are at the Simmons Studios. Simmons, right? I did say it correctly.
This is the old Simmons Studios.
The old Simmons Studios.
But now it's Broadway Media.
So now it was the Trolley Square offices. I mean, it's been around for 100 years. Todd's in the back here. He could probably enlighten us. We'll ask him a little bit later. So some of the things that have been happening since you've been here. You guys have been in the studio for 5 months
Well,
now,
you
right?
have to remember, I worked back here at the Trolley Corners, over at Trolley Square and over here when I was like 14 to 16. Back when we wore the old
8, 9
Keystone
years
Cop.
ago.
Yeah, yeah. Keystone Cop uniforms, and even then we all knew we had ghosts.
And she was hot.
Even then you knew that.
What do you mean she was?
Because of the costume she wore during that era. Nice save.
Okay. But yeah, since we've come here though, with the first week we were here, everything fell apart or exploded or set on fire or sparked. I mean, there was flame in the studio.
And it's not Todd's fault this time.
This time it was not Todd's fault. He was wearing pants and everything. But the thing is that we were so frustrated, we finally brought in a psychic and went, could you just smudge the room and like try to cleanse it? And she said that we had two spirits, an older man that I think you talked to, and a younger female spirit, and that they were trying to help. And things kind of settled down. They bought us a brand new board, and some of the other things settled down too. But this week, doors have been slamming shut and open. The temperature in our room is 20 degrees hotter than anywhere else in the building, and we cannot make it go down. They've tried. And all of a sudden, everything started going skimwampus again this week. And that's with a brand new, expensive control board. There's no reason for it to happen. So we were worried they were mad at us.
Now, do you think maybe some of the activities, because of all the moving and everything that's been going on? I mean, because you've had a lot of in and out, people leaving.
But you know what? We're the last station in the building. We've been here by ourselves for 10 days now.
And
every other station has left.
And it's just been the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm. It's been this last week. The things
now,
and don't forget, we had 50 employees move.
70 employees.
70 employees move out like 2 weeks ago. So all of management, all of sales, all of the traffic department, all those people are now gone in the building.
Literally, it's us, Todd and me.
Oh, good. And Todd's over my car.
See what I mean?
Oh, wow. So that's really strange.
Unless they've added on.
Yeah.
But the exterior building.
So this must have been the original.
It almost has to.
I'm kind of guessing, but the square footage you would add would be, I don't know. Anyway, the composition of the bricks on the outside were made to mimic that of Trolley Square, not the architecture, but closely enough that either they decided they wanted to preserve that or whatever. But I think with a little more digging, you probably find out that this was administration or management of the trolley company.
Yeah.
But it's just the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, these are all tiny offices.
And it goes on the whole outside of the...
Outside of the building.
So there's literally a building on the inside of a building.
That's what it feels like. The layout in our station, well, because the cubicles and stuff, it's a rat trap. There's dead ends and stuff like that. Wow. I always thought this was rather odd.
Okay, do it for me again. If your name is Robert, do it twice.
Why does it keep doing twice?
Okay, so this is a ghost meter. So Erin's freaking out right now.
I am not freaking out.
There's no clowns here.
It's okay.
It's an electromagnetic sensor.
As long as there's no clowns, you know I can do this.
Sorry, Robert.
So this is what they call a ghost meter. Basically what it does is it picks up electronic magnetic fields. And the concept is the ghost will touch it when there's a red light when the red light's on, the ghost is actually touching it, and it can communicate to us with touching it twice for yes or once for no. Okay, Robert, did you die here in the building? Twice for yes and once for no. That's a no. Did you work at the Trolley Square? Twice for yes and once for no. Were you a conductor at the Trolley Square? Once for yes and twice for no. No. Were you an engineer on the Trolley Square? Twice for yes and once for no. No. Were you one of just a maintenance person at Trolley Square? Twice for yes and once for no. No. Were you one of the managers there, or one of the bosses? Twice for yes and once for no. Were you one of the owners?
God, he's active.
Twice for yes and once for no. No. But you were a manager. Did you work there for a long time?
It's not a yes or no question. Well, yes or no question, I guess.
Did you work there for over 20 years? Okay, sorry, you answered that. Did you work there for over 20 years? Oh, wow. That's a definite yes. You see that thing going crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, that I
Is he
haven't
still
seen
doing that?
before.
Are you sad that they're leaving the station? They're leaving the building?
Hold on.
We've only been here 5 months. To Robert, we're probably just a blip on the radar.
No, you're not sad. Are you happy they're leaving? Yes.
I don't want to do that.
I'm with Todd, of course, from the Todd and Erin morning show.
All right, so I was thinking about, I did some research on the historical area, and I thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah, I'd love to hear
Okay, so we're right across the street from Trolley Square.
Yeah.
Trolley Square was the trolley center of the state of Utah at one point.
And it was, I mean, it was the local transit for the entire city.
It was like Trax is now,
Yeah.
except they, let's talk about this. 1846 is when they started it. They built the warehouses which housed the horses and which housed the trolleys because they were horse-drawn.
Yeah.
That's when it started. It started building and building and building. As a matter of fact, 4th South, when you're driving up from Salt Lake City up to the University of Utah, there is that huge hill.
Yeah.
Right? And if you notice, you come up 4th South and you lag over one block, and then you go up 5th South.
Yeah.
The place where you lag over between 4th South and 5th South was a place for the horses to rest.
Because of how high and steep it was.
Because they could not make that 10-block stretch up that incredible sharp hill.
Wow.
I know.
That's cool.
Yeah, so anyway, it grew and it grew and it grew, and by 1916 there was 144 different trolleys, and they went all the way to Clearfield.
I didn't know they went
I
that
know.
far. Yeah,
You've been
that's-
on a hayride before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can outwalk
Yeah.
a wagon, and that's what they were doing, except you didn't have to hitch up your own horses. You didn't have to waste your wagon. You just got on the trolley and spent the day going up to Clearfield.
And you got to meet crazy people like you do today on track.
Exactly. and they didn't arrest you for not paying.
That's right.
They just threw you off.
Yeah, they just threw you off.
All right. So,
and you just walk ahead and get back on.
exactly. Well, then the automobile came along.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the trolley system. They sold the cars off to other cities and other states. And basically the building across the way just went into ruin. And it just languished there for years and years and years. So we're talking 1946 to 1970, when some investors got together and they said, well, you know what, we should make a shopping mall out of this
Yeah.
place. So they kept the facade on it, and because it was built so well, it lasted that long. And that's what happened to the Trolley Square. Now, we're right across the corner from that, And so I'm wondering if this was more of a support building, maybe management,
Yeah.
maybe something or other going on, but we'll have to do more research on that. But Trolley Square, oh, it was also built on the 10th, in the 10th ward of the original 19 wards of the LDS.
Oh, I didn't know
Church.
that. Wow.
And there was a little bit of a, hey, what are you doing? So that might have to do with any kind of...
Can you feel the? I mean, it's thick. It's just. Wow.
It is.
Especially it's like a square. It's
Right here.
Yeah. Yeah. You walked. I walked up the stairs and I walked right into this. It's like this heavy pressure.
Then it was what, 3 stairs from the top?
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 stairs up, starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady just paused, couldn't climb any more stairs at that point.
Well, and we started walking this way, and I could just. Okay. I could feel it. Because I could feel the pressure difference in just that small space. I don't want to say, maybe it's residual, I don't know. Because I'm not feeling any sort of, it's just tightness, it's really weird.
Yeah.
If there's anybody here with us, we've got a lot of devices. I'm going to
There you go.
let you hold that for me. Thank you. Don't drop that, please. I had to sell one of my kids for that.
Oh, man.
He's got 3 more.
It's all right. It's a
He has
teenage
been
boy,
known
too.
to add to the ghost population, just so you know.
So, okay, you just said yes. Is there somebody here with us right now? Twice for yes and once for no. Can you make this compass move? Can you spin the compass for me? Make it change directions? I kid you not. If it ever does happen, that will probably be the one thing that'll make me scream and run. If I could see a compass spin from its magnetic north and start going the other direction, I think that would probably freak me out.
So things being thrown at you, not so much.
No.
But magnetic field's changing, definitely.
Yeah. Don't mess with my magnetic field, okay? I
It's
like my
changing.
Earth just the way it is.
I don't like it.
Really?
Sorry, step on your foot.
Sorry.
Are you okay, Erin?
No good either.
I just feel very uncomfortable.
Is it because it's such a closed space? Is that what it is, maybe?
I was just standing in the hallway. I was
And yeah, she was out here.
Yeah.
My head hurts really badly now. It's very nauseating. I just don't like being there.
Is there a bucket up there? What is that?
It actually is a bucket up there.
Why is there a bucket up there?
Nobody knows what drains into it. It's been there forever.
Oh my gosh.
I want to know who gets to empty it once a week.
Nobody knows what's draining into it, so we all leave it alone.
There's only one other place in the entire building that I've ever felt uncomfortable.
Okay, now I'm getting really dizzy.
Yep. Are you getting nauseous, that feeling?
Yeah, really nauseous feeling.
Yep.
Real dizzy. And you're right, it feels like something's pressing on my head or my shoulders, pushing me down. That's really strange.
I don't hang out enough over there to.
I don't want to throw up. I hate throwing up.
Feels like something.
Wow, that's really weird.
Ducking my head. Like,
So I'm feeling like someone's got their hands on my shoulder and pushing my shoulder down, pushing my arms down, almost to the point where or maybe it's the back of my head, like it's being pushed forward.
Are you getting that close, that feeling in your throat like you're going to throw up?
No,
That's
no.
That's hardest for me.
I'm feeling a little nauseous and a little dizzy, but not like I'm gonna lose my pizza. Oh, pizza.
I realize that there's a really, really bright light on you and you're in the dark, but you look ridiculously pale. Like more. Am I the only one who thinks that?
It's the flashlight.
It's got to be the flashlight.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a really white light.
I don't feel anything here.
It's really kind of an odd experience. One of the things that I have loved about ghost hunting is the fact that you get this. I mean, the emotions you can feel with the different spirits. Sometimes it's really kind of cool.
I love this building. I just love this space. I'm so sad we're moving. Everyone was just like, ooh, it's so cool, but it's just.
There's no one
The
outside.
smell's not over here.
Somebody, when I was walking this way, I was looking out the window and something crossed right behind you or between us.
I'm about to throw up, but I'm glad you now.
Maybe you should come a little closer down here.
I'm fine now.
Like, I seriously thought that someone was like,
What did you see exactly?
I'd say
say a guy. It was lighter than I thought would think. Like it wasn't like dark, it was light. Just walking right across. Like
Walking casually.
if you look,
fast.
no, fast. Like if you look in that window right there, it looked just like this. Just like that. Just like a fast like that. Just like that. A person walking right behind you.
Yeah, I can't smell it anymore.
You can smell it. No, you can smell it.
And I'm fine over here now.
Like I honestly thought that somebody was walking up there on that third deck right there, but that would be way too tall.
Yeah.
That would be like a 30-foot tall person for me to see over there.
Yeah. All right, so we're wrapping up the night. Todd and Erin rewind.
Yeah, because it's 12:40 in the morning.
You guys should be like getting ready to do
I feel
your
so
show.
bad for Erin.
Yeah.
She has to get up with the kids.
No.
Poor,
That'll be you.
poor
honey.
woman.
Saturdays.
Poor woman.
I get to sleep in.
Not after I get hold of your phone.
So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
You know, it's been an incredible night. The third floor, honestly, I think the third floor is probably one of my favorite. You had a psychic in and said some things. We had some interesting experiences. We'll go over the audio like we always do, and I'm always excited to share what we find.
Was there one spot that you would never go back to?
The little computer room you were saying. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go back, but it was kind of tight feeling and really kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a strange feeling.
But we have to say goodbye now because I'm holding my stomach in. So we really appreciate you, and I want to point out that Tom got slimed. That's all I want to say. He got slimed, and we're gonna go to bed because Erin's gonna get up with the kids. Poor girl.
Rewind 100.7. Todd and Erin in the morning.
It's so sad for her.
Yeah, you got to do it stronger than that. Is your name Robert?